Hey everybody, so welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. So today is the 25th of February 2022 and it's a crazy time. The world has gone freaking insane. And I'm not here to talk politics. I'm not here to say what should be what, but what I want to tell you is that, you know, it might be time to start thinking about growing your own food. It might be time to start thinking about getting a garden going. Now, this is the perfect time of year to get it started. Prices are going up. They're anticipating another 10% inflation this year, which means your $100 bill to go to Walmart and get food is going to be $110. All right, or if you're paying $200, it's going to be $220, and it's just going to keep growing. So one of the things you can do to not only save yourself some money and help out with the environment is to grow your own food. Now, to do that, if you want to get a basic garden started, I'm going to tell you, these are the three things I would tell you to get. A shovel. Any shovel will do. I prefer the long handled one, but I gave it away, so I'm going to go get me another one. But any shovel, and I like the pointy tip shovels. It's just easier to dig into the ground and step down onto it, and it goes a lot better, in my opinion. And then a rake. And I like my old rake because it's what I use to smooth things out with. You can use it to smooth out your garden. Alright, and then I use my hoe a lot. One, you can use it to chop down weeds and stuff that's dead, to clear up your garden. Or you can use it to dig a trench, which I do all the time, to plant your seeds in. Alright, and then the last thing would be some sort of compost bin. Now, a compost bin can be anything from a concrete block compost bin, and I'll link you my video that shows you how to make one of those. It cost me about 110 bucks. To just a pile. If you've got a spot in your yard somewhere where you can throw a pile up, get your pile growing, get it stacked up about 3 foot tall, and boom, you got a compost pile. Alright, and that is a fantastic fertilizer. It doesn't cost you anything. You use grass clippings, weeds that you might pull up, and what have you, and that's your fertilizer. So basically, find you a spot in your yard and then start digging. Just turn your dirt over like so. Now this has already been dug. I will tell you, it's a little more difficult when you're talking about a yard that's actually got grass in it. You just go through, dig it up, and if you can, try and turn the plants downwards. Now, if you're here in Florida, if you're worried about the dollar weed, you really got to get most of that out of there. And you can dig in there with your hands and pull up, you know, most of the weeds out. And then once you get your spot dug, you take your rake and smooth it out. Like so. And then use your hoe. Dig your little trough. You throw some seeds in, cover it back up, and voila, you have a garden. All right, or you can use your rake to smooth it out. Now, of all of these things, the things I think you really gotta have is a shovel. You can do it with just a shovel. You go through, you dig it up, and then you can come back behind, smooth it out with your hand, and then dig a trough with your fingers. All of that's doable. You don't have to have any of the tools, but I will tell you, of all the tools in my garden, these are the three that I use the most. The shovel, the rake, and the hoe. Everybody needs a good hoe. Alright? So, now the more of the weeds you get out, the better it'll be. And as far as tilling the soil up, I mean, it doesn't have to be completely smooth and pristine, but the smoother it is, the deeper that smoothness goes, the better things like carrots and onions and so on will grow, because that gives them that ability to actually have some soft soil around it. But that's really all there is to growing a garden. Now's the time to start. We're in the end of February. Well, we got about a month left, about a month left of winter, and here in Florida at least. The last frost date for where I'm at here in Jacksonville is the 7th of March. So we're talking about a week from now. So, and then from here, once you get your spot dug up, and you can dig up a spot as big as you like, I like to recommend about 4 foot across. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason being is you can get down here and reach everything in your garden plot if it's only 4 foot wide. And then go a long ways, however long you want to make it, depending upon how many vegetables you want to grow. And it's really just as simple as that. Get you some compost growing, save all your grass clippings. If you don't have a bagging mower, I'd highly recommend getting one or borrowing one, or you can go out and you can buy a compost. And you can do some other things too, like let me show you over here. Watch your step. So this is my shade garden here, and you'll notice that I started off just digging up a patch of yard, all right, and then I put down some wood. These are just limbs that were, chopped up in my yard. You don't have to put wood around it. I like to have some sort of border, and chop down trees is a great way to do it. And then I went out and I bought this fence, and the reason I bought this fence, here, I'll show you. If you look over here, you can see the 4 bok choy plants right there. Well, there was bok choy plants all along this string, and the stinking ducks got in here and chopped them all down. So I got to plant some more and get them growing. Got onions in the back, and then you can see this is actually some Merlot lettuce. Then once again, the stinking ducks mowed down for it. It'll grow back. The onions will grow back. It's going to be fine. But if you want to keep animals out of your garden, you're going to have to do some sort of fence of one sort or another. Ducks and geese both just love to chomp on your new garden. And rabbits and deer. Now this won't keep a deer out, it'll keep rabbits out. But just a basic fence. I want to say 50 foot of wire cost me like 47 bucks or something like that. And then the stakes were like $2 a piece. Alright. Now if you don't want to do that, you don't want to spend that kind of money, that's fine. You can do without. Matter of fact, I've done without the fence so far, and then just chase the ducks off. And if you got a fenced in yard, that should keep you from having too many, animals coming into your yard. But I don't have a fence here. If you look over here, that's actually my neighbor's yard right there, and it goes down into a ditch and then from there into some woods. So it's real easier for animals to come up in here and start munching on my food. But it's really as simple as that. Dig a hole, put some seeds in it, all right, keep it watered every once in a while, and you'll have plants. And those plants turn into food, and that food is for the most part free, particularly once you build it. Now you can also do like I've done over here. You can build raised garden beds. You can do various forms of trellising. I mean, you can get all up into it, but you don't have to. All right, I recommend it. I like what I've got going on so far. If you look back in here, over time I've built this up to where got my nice fire pit where I can make my charcoal so I can put it into the soil. I've got my raised beds in here. That helps to keep some of the animals out. I got cages over some of my strawberries. I got a lot of things going on. I got my compost bin back here, over there. And all of that's on videos that I've shown, over the time that I've been doing the videos. But like I said, the world's gone insane, man. Everybody's nuts right now. And I think it's a great time to start a garden. If you haven't already done one, you might want to think about it. And you can, if you don't have the space to build an actual garden out in your yard, you can do container gardens. Another video that I have out, if you look up Brianna's container garden, which I'll show you a link on it here in this video. But you can do container gardens. You can, if you got availability of a community garden, you can garden in a community garden. But with everything that's going on in the world, and like I said, there's a lot of it between Ukraine and Canada and Australia and some of the other crazy things that are happening. Might be time to start thinking about growing something in your yard so that worst comes to worst, you got some food. All right, and I'm not a prepper. I'm going to tell you that right now. I live in the middle of a nice cul-de-sac here in a neighborhood, a suburb. Not a prepper, but I'm going to grow me some food. All right. Either way, take a look at it. Let me know what you think, and most importantly, grow something. Get something growing in your yard. I think you'll be very happy that you did, and you can do it reasonably cheap without spending a whole lot of money. All right. Thanks once again for stopping by. Do me a favor, give me a like and a subscribe. Let me know what you think, and most importantly, grow something.